Money Moves with Myth 2.0, the podcast. And always remember, gentlemen, it's a mother movie. So today we got a man who is trying to better himself, who is experiencing homelessness. So today I like to react to these videos. So we're gonna be reacting to yet another video, giving our own personal perspective on what he's doing and stuff like that. So make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe, and let's hop straight into the content.
Good morning. I have a big day ahead of me. But when you're in this sort of position, every day is kind of a big day. And there's a little bit of nerves in my stomach. I'm kind of afraid, to be honest with you. But that's okay. It's kind of a good feeling. So let's begin. All right, it is the morning that is busy. And so the first thing I'm going to do is go to a coffee shop and write, because no matter what I'm going through in my life, I'm going to spend time in the morning writing. And then after that, I have a job interview, so it's extremely positive. And then we'll go from there. So I'll probably sit in this coffee shop and enjoy my calm morning, go to the job interview, and then check back in on a bike.
First of all, shout out to this guy. He's not letting his situation turn him down. He has a job interview. Um, there's a lot of people who is homeless, who have been homeless for years, who a lot of people haven't had a job, not looking for a job, and one of the first ways to break away from being homeless and get you some income is to get a job. Because when you're being homeless is not like you're incarcerated. You know what I'm saying? Being homeless is not like um your world is over. It might feel like your world is over, but your world is actually not over. You know, first and foremost, like I tell a lot of guys, when you're homeless, like you have abundance of opportunity because you're not like the guy who has to pay $2,000 a month in rent at the moment. You know what I'm saying? You probably don't have a car note right now. You don't have any significant types of bills. So when you go to work, all this money that you're getting, you go sit that guy right in the bank and take a little money and live off that. So um, but let's keep it moving. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's happening with this guy. Um, let's get it.
All right, the job interviews seemed to go fairly well. And I was going to ride my bike. I don't have a car right now, so I was going to ride my bike and do a nice little aesthetic transition. But I didn't do that, so that's fine. And the short of where I'm at right now is I'm 29, I'm actively unemployed, I don't have a car, I am essentially homeless, and I'm trying to figure this thing out. In the bed that I was in this morning, I have one friend who has allowed me to sleep in his apartment for the time being while I try to get back on my feet. But no matter how that plays out, his lease runs out in 4 months and he's not re-signing it. So I've got about 4 months to save up enough money for a down payment on an apartment and work enough hours so that I make enough money per month to qualify for the apartment. And the hopefully I do get that job today, but regardless, it's not enough hours to qualify for an apartment because I don't have.
Yeah, he don't have any. A lot of homeless people. Not every homeless person, but a lot of homeless people don't have skills. So, um, when it comes to how much money they're making, um, they're usually gonna make at that bare minimum level, and at that bare minimum level, no matter what state you're in, even if your bare minimum wage is $18 an hour, like that's still very difficult to, you know, put this money on rent, but it's not a life sentence, you know, and um a lot of times, like I know he said he had a job interview and stuff. Like a lot of times, guys need to get out and just go hit the day labor, where you get paid every day, even if the money's not as good. At least you'll have something in your pocket. You just go hit the day labor and still, so that way you have something coming in and something you can do every day. Because I remember when I was homeless, like I was kind of like, um, I kind of figured out how to survive. Like when I say survive, I don't mean like go off and go get a luxury apartment and stuff like that. But when I say I learned how to survive, I meaning that I learned how to generate money. I learned how to generate money. I learned how to feed myself abundantly, meaning that I there was no reason for me to eat as good as I ate being homeless. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it was never good enough, because what I found out is that you still need a place to cook your food, and I found myself spending a lot more money at restaurants and stuff like that. So yeah, man, it's attainable. You can do it, and sometimes you gotta just hit the bottom and and see what happens, you know. But let's keep it moving.
Have qualifying credit. I don't have good credit, and so I need to make $2,000 for this specific apartment, and that'll be a down payment. And then my monthly income needs to be 2.5 times the amount of rent, and the job that I interviewed for would not allow that to happen. So it's a step in the right direction, but it's not there yet. And it's interesting because I came out into this forest yesterday. I record podcasts, and I recorded a podcast right here.
You see, that's a good spot right there. I know a lot of us, we stay in a lot of black communities. And what happens when you stay in black communities, like this guy right here, I haven't seen any African American dudes. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking them or nothing like that, but usually African American dudes bring issues. Like this is what I figured out from being homeless. Like you see, like how he's on this trail right here. It's like a good spot. This is a great spot if you're homeless. If you got like one or two people that you want to camp, it's peaceful. You ain't got to worry about nobody coming up trying to beat you up. Nobody, like usually in African American communities, you're gonna see trash on the ground. Guys back there. All type of trash, and there's gonna be people back there right now. So, if you're a African American brother and you find a spot like this, it's it'll be good as long as it's not too many black guys in this spot. Because for some odd reason, when you have black guys and you get them something, they mess it up, bro. The police back there, they done assaulted somebody, you know what I'm saying, in the cut. They're you can't leave nothing out there because they're gonna rob you and stuff like that. But guys, there's actually places where you can meditate and you can focus on yourself and get yourself together, where you don't have to worry about any brothers or brown guys, Mexican guys, whatever, trying to rob you. And these are facts. I've been homeless long enough to know that, like, a lot of people be like, oh, like me, like I used to sell headphones. I have 4 or 5 packs of cigarettes because everybody's smoking. Everybody wants to smoke a cigarette, so I sell them $1 a piece, and I made good money selling cigarettes, liquor shots, and whatever else I can get my hands on. And to a lot of people, that don't seem like a lot of money, but there's always somebody who has less than you, and them 10 packs of cigarettes that you got in your bag, or their sleeping bag that you work hard to pay for, and another guy don't want to work and he want to drink alcohol every day and just hang around, you're gonna end up a target. Homeless people can, just because you're homeless, don't think you can't be a target. That's the cell phone you got in your hand. It's our brothers. I'm very familiar with brothers. They try to take your cell phone. It's like I've been there, and no matter what state I go to, it's the same thing. So let's keep it moving.
And I've been living in my van, and I just moved back here, and I didn't know how I was going to record a podcast because I didn't have a chair or anything, so I thought I might have to sit on the ground. And I would have done that, but there was a chair out here.
Look, he got a good
Somebody
spot.
just left a chair out here. One.
A lot of
chair.
people, be like, "This spot is." We talking about a good spot. This spot right here is great. There's nobody, no traffic. Like, I'm pretty sure people come back there, but it's not like that. It's not like it's peaceful. You can think. You can sit down. You can relax. You don't have to be in traffic all day where you're tired, exhausted, and you're just sitting around people all day. You can go by yourself and hang out and eat. Like, if you go hit the grocery store and go eat something.
And when things
And he
like
right
that
by the
happen,
water.
kind of makes me believe that I'm somehow headed in the right direction. But the whole thing is kind of funny because externally my life just keeps getting worse, and I wake up every morning and I'm like, how is this real? How is this really my life? But internally I actually keep feeling better. I feel like I'm growing closer to God, and I feel like I'm growing closer to knowing myself, and somehow things keep working out. Again, externally.
And that's the thing about it. Like, when you're homeless, you're already at the bottom. So things can't get no worse than what they actually is. So a lot of times they're gonna be a lot of good things that's gonna happen. That's gonna make you have hope. That you can get through this. As long as you're not around, like I said, like I was saying in the beginning of the video, a lot of African American guys, it gets dangerous. It gets very dangerous. I'd have been homeless in Houston. I'd have been homeless in Atlanta, Georgia. I'd have been homeless in Orlando, Florida. I'd have been homeless a lot of places. And all these places that I go to, if you have a cell phone, if you got cigarettes, if you got a nice backpack or something like that, you be thinking you're doing bad, but there's other people doing worse than you, and they will get you, bro. Like, a lot of these homeless people be very dangerous, bro. Like, but when you can get to a situation like this, and every time I go to white communities and I was homeless, I didn't have the same issues that I had in black communities. So that's why when I was homeless, I would go off to secluded areas so I can get myself together. Like, when I go to the hood, I don't say nothing to nobody. I don't never pull out no money. Don't tell nobody you working a job or nothing, because people are looking to feed off of you in the black community, especially if they're homeless. They feel like you're an easy target. and they will get you. But it seems like every time when I go to the nicer communities, I don't have issues. I can pitch a tent right there, or I can sleep on the bench. I ain't got to worry about nobody knocking me across my head while I'm sleeping. You know, and it's sad that in the black community that it's like you can't be homeless and come up because there's other guys in the black communities like crabs in the bucket who's going to try to tear you down while you're trying to come up. You know, and these are facts. Anybody want to argue? You know what I'm saying? Argue about this. You want to argue about somebody who'd have been homeless on and off for over 8, 10 years? Then be my guest. I'm right here. So I'm not gonna react to this guy's whole video. If you guys rocking with his content, I'm gonna leave a link in the description. You guys can support this dude, and I'm gonna holler at you guys on the next video. Over and out.